Lindsay, where are you today? You're at home.
Yep.
That's a beautiful ceiling you have.
We do. We live out in the middle of nowhere. Nice tall ceilings you can see.
Oh, dead animals on the wall. Nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, let's go around the room so I kind of know you and where you are. So tell me your name, where you live, what's your favorite isogenic superfood, and one secret that you don't tell most people about yourself.
Who's going first?
I can go. Okay. I'm Dana Randazzo. I'm in Dover, Ohio, which is right next to Sugar Creek, Ohio. You know where that is, PK?
I was there.
Yeah, and also, my favorite isogenic superfood. Gosh, probably I just like the shakes. I like
what flavor?
Well, I make my own flavors. You know, it's a scoop of this, scoop of that. So my boys all like chocolate. I like the fruity ones, the Skittle flavors.
Oh, my derogatory term. You're adopting it. Excellent.
So, what was the other thing? One thing that
a secret about yourself you don't tell most people.
A secret about myself. I usually don't tell people that I like to have a chocolate chip cookie almost every day.
Oh, I would be proud of that if I were you. I would flaunt that to you.
Okay, absolutely. Good.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
So I'm Kendra. I am in Columbus, Ohio. My favorite isogenic superfood. I do love the shakes. I like peach mango and strawberry, a combo. That's my personal favorite. But I think I am very much addicted to both the nitro and the e-shots. So yeah, I'm a big fan of those.
Well, with children, we know e-shots are necessary.
Right. Yeah. And then something most people don't know about me is I don't have a lot of time for it anymore, but I am slightly addicted to Mario Brothers on the old Wii. So I never have time for it anymore. But if I actually have a few minutes and I want to have some quality time with my kids, then we will be playing Mario Brothers.
Now, by Mario Brothers, is that the go-kart version, or is that the one you're actually?
That's Mario Kart, which is also an excellent choice. But no, I'm talking like just the Super Mario Brothers.
Wow. Okay. I've never played that game in my life.
Try it. I mean, just let me know what you think.
No. Now, that being said, I have an Xbox in front of me on one of my TVs. I have two TVs in front of me all the time, and I will sit and play the same game of golf, season after season after season of golf, for no reason other than I'm just sitting here, so I'll just sit and play golf. So I'm no better. I'm not judging you. Well, I am judging you a little bit because it's Mario Brothers, but not a lot. Less judgment.
Just a little bit. That's
just less judgment. Excellent.
Yeah,
excellent. Well, welcome to the call, Kendra.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, Lindsay.
All right. My name's Lindsay Milano. I drive the F-150.
Yay!
Yay! I'm in East Canton, Ohio. And right now, because I'm pregnant, my favorite superfood is just the shakes. I'm really disappointed that I can't use the nitro and e-shots like I used to, but someday we'll get back to those. Mocha's probably my favorite flavor.
Non-Skittle flavor. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice adult flavor. Good job.
And what was the last thing?
A secret.
Oh, a secret. I don't keep a lot of secrets, but one thing that most people don't know is that my husband and I were high school sweethearts, and we actually were boyfriend and girlfriend in 4th grade and kind of all the way up through.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh, you got us beat. I met Sandy when I was 17, but man, you would have been 9.
Yeah.
But we've been together for 35 years, and you're too young for it to be 35 years.
No, we're only 34. So.
Oh, jeez. I thought I was beating you by a decade. Now, what number of baby is this?
This will be number 4.
4. Wow. You guys do know that you're officially outnumbered, right?
What's that?
You're outnumbered.
Yes, we are well aware of that right now.
Okay. Because people explain that 2 is 1 more than 1, 3 is like 4 more than 1, and 4, you've officially surrendered. Like,
It's happening.
you've lost. Okay, well. We just had the 2 and quit. So, wow, way to go.
So,
Yeah, we'll see how
Very,
it goes.
very brave of you. Now, who's left who hasn't shared yet?
I have
Crystal.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Crystal. I'm from North Canton. I have 2 kids. My favorite shake is probably the raspberry cheesecake. But I love chocolate as well and strawberry. I like them all. Like, I can't really pick one, but I love the lemon bars. Those are my favorite, like, snack. And
Secret.
what was the other thing? A secret? A secret that I really don't tell people is, I have a couple, but I think the most, like, weird one would be with my eye. My left eye doesn't move.
At all? It doesn't go back and forth or up or down. It just stays still.
I had surgery
Wow.
when I was really young, and they tightened one of my extrinsic eye muscles too tight, so it'll go right up and down, but it doesn't go left. So, like, if I move my head, I have to close my right eye, or my one eye stays straight, and my other one will move.
Wow. So you're too jacked on one eye.
Exactly.
Wow. I've
So
never known.
It's
I never knew someone
embarrassing.
had a jacked eye. You have a jacked eye.
So I don't tell people. I only do it all the time, and it's for annoying.
You're like those weightlifters who can't touch their own head because they're too jacked. Oh. Wow. That's early in the morning. My biggest problem is opening my eyes because when I
Right.
first wake up, I just only want to do this.
Yeah.
And of course, I have to wear bifocals so I can actually see your guys' faces. So you see me tilting like this. I'm not having a stroke. I'm just making sure through my bifocals I can actually see you.
Right. Yeah, no, mine just doesn't move. So one's eye will turn, the other one stays straight. So it's really weird looking.
You are the first person who's ever shared that. Congratulations. That is a first. A jacked eye. A too muscular eye. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's just definitely.
You might be too competitive when one of your eyes has too many muscles in it.
I know, right?
Excellent. Well, welcome. Now, we have one last person. I don't know how to say your name because it starts with an A instead of an E. Is it still Megan? Megan? No. You guys see that outline that says Megan, right?
yes.
She's kind of wandering in and out of coverage, so I'm not sure she's.
Yeah, I think she's having trouble.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I just got audio.
Okay, that's cool. I saw your face for just a second. Can you do the 4 things, Megan?
I missed part of that. Is it where we're from?
No, you're dropping out. Your internet might be a little iffy there.
What are the 4 things?
What's your name? Where you're from? What's your favorite isogenic superfood? And a secret about yourself.
Okay, Megan Wilson, and I am from Sherrodsville, Ohio. It's just a small town that was about 45 minutes from Sugar Creek, where you were a couple weeks ago. Probably my one absolute favorite product would be Recover Powder, because it was the first thing we used that really changed up how quickly we could recover from workouts and get back to another one.
Wow.
Well, like last night, I did back-to-back mountain biking, drove to wrestling practice, and then ran hills in back roads during a practice, and I could have never turned around and done those two things back to back like that without it.
See, I'm similar to you, except for that I could never have done any of those things.
You're never too old to learn. Teach yourself.
Oh, my knees are way too old to learn that. It has nothing to do with cardiovascular. I just enjoyed a lot of basketball in my younger life, but trust me, if you don't want your knees to be the same size as your head, yeah, no. Every once in a while, I'll lie to myself and say, the knees are probably recovered now that I'm 53. Then I'll do something and go, oh, yeah, no, they're not. No, they're done. Yeah, okay.
My husband rides one of those 4-inch tired fat bikes because you can run a low air pressure, and it's like a built-in suspension. It's very bouncy and plush. He found that saved greatly on his knees for like family fun rides.
Oh. See, I get close to that. I just ride a Goldwing.
Yeah, well, it kind of looks like a dirt bike tire.
Yeah, but the Goldwing has an engine, so it's perfect. By the way, what the last one was a secret about yourself.
Oh, that I have to hide out in my truck right now so my kids aren't interrupting me.
Oh, well, that's just normal. That's normal parenting. By the way, Lindsay, you said this is your 4th child. We don't hear any noise in your house. Are you using duct tape?
No, I was on mute for a little bit. I had one kid sleeping on the couch, one watching TV in my bedroom, and the other's over by the toy box.
Is there duct tape involved?
No.
No duct tape. Wow.
She's sitting on the toy box, but
Do you have duct tape handy?
probably. I know there is some.
Excellent. Well, as you guys know, I'm PK. I live on a farm. I live in a 150-year-old farmhouse. Our farm actually started this village in the 1800s. We're the original founding farm. We have horses and donkeys, and not for any good godly reason. We don't do anything productive with our farm. We have 47 acres just so horses can play. We have a garden, but I try to explain that to my African friends, and they go, you don't grow anything to eat on your 47 acres? No. Oh, so you're rich. Oh, okay. I said, no, I'm stupid. It has nothing to do with being rich. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, but that's okay. We also run an African mission called Impact Malawi. By the way, those of you who are able to support us by coming to that live training, that's more than a year's worth of feeding our 500 kids what we raised in that one day. That's a really, really big deal. So thank you for participating in that. That's a really, really big deal. Over the next 5 weeks, every week I'm going to challenge you on a different area of your business. Okay? And there's going to be homework. Not homework that's going to take an enormous amount of time, but it is going to take a little bit of daily action. This is one of the things you're going to learn about your Isogenics business. You don't need to put in 80 hours a week, but you do need to put in 5 to 10 hours every week, consistently. And it's actually the consistency that's going to build your business. If you hit it and then drop it for 6 weeks, you're really opening and closing your business every 6 weeks. Does that make sense? Now, I am serious. 5 to 10 hours a week, you can build this business, because some of you are juggling kids and careers and stuff, and you're going, where am I going to find 40 hours? This isn't a 40-hour week business. It isn't. I personally mentored someone who lives about 10 miles from me, and she went all the way to 6 figures 5 hours a week. And I know it because she didn't have anything but 1 hour a day, 5 days a week to give. Her husband is an undercover drug officer, so he's sometimes gone for a month at a time. She was raising 3 kids, and one was a little tiny baby. She didn't have but the hour that Cameron would have a nap. That's when she'd build a business. She had, but it was every week, staying in that action. Does that time, do those numbers match something you think you can do for the next 5 weeks, putting that 5 to 10 hours in?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to do. I do a training with Corey Kinnear, And she's one of the few people in Isagenix history. I think there's only 6 of them.
Hear me?
Yeah?
Okay. Sorry, my phone's
Oh,
being
that's
weird. I
okay.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
She's one of the few people in the world who built her business from 0 to $1 million in 1,000 days. So she averaged $1,000 a day from day one. But she'd never done network marketing before. She'd never even done sales before. But she'd put her daughter to bed at 8:30, and she would work till 1:30. And it was 2 or 3 hours on the phone, but the rest of the time learning, studying, so that when she got on the phone the next day, she was sharp enough to keep building her business. Most people can't do that. I mean, that's 5 hours a day. But there is a direct correlation between the amount of time you're investing in your business and the amount of money you're actually receiving. And if you don't like your cycles, first, look at your time. Okay? Now, also how you spend your time. If you want to build this business, you have to prioritize your own enrolling more than anything else. Everybody on this call really needs to be giving all of their time to enrolling conversations. Don't get busy trying to build everyone else's business for them. You just build yours and let people follow your example. Don't fall into a trap that many people do. This is very common. They'll enroll someone who may have a long list of people they know, and they'll say, hey, I'll just give you the people, you just build my center for me. Doesn't work. Never works. Don't make someone who's not willing to do the work a fake consultant. Now, not everyone agrees with my advice on this matter. Listen carefully. They're wrong. It doesn't work. It doesn't work to make fake consultants. To randomly force someone to have that rank so that you can be an executive, it'll come back and bite you in the revenue. I don't really care what your title is. I want you to make lots of money. That's all I want. Just want you every week to go, oh, look, I made lots of money. Good. That's all we want. So to start off with the money thing, I'd like you to make a mental shift as of today. Do you have a thought in your head as to what your best week has ever been in Isagenix? Everybody got a rough understanding. The most I've ever got from Isagenix in 1 week is this amount of money. Does everyone have that in their head? Now, not just cycles, anything. If the money came from Jim Coover, include that money. Do you have that number in your head? Anyone dare share theirs?
I just got my first, well, I've gotten paid 4 times, but I just got $533.
Yay, that's fantastic.
I know, I was excited.
So we're going to use the example. Okay, Crystal?
Okay.
What we want you to do, that your new goal is twice that amount.
Okay.
Okay, so you've had a half K per week.
Mm-hmm.
Your new goal is 1K per week. Okay?
Okay.
Anyone else dare share their best week?
I think mine was also this Monday. It was $512.
So your new goal is 1KW, 1,000 per week. Excellent.
Okay, mine was.
Oh,
was
yours is going to be
400.
fun then.
Yeah.
So your new goal is 5K per week. Is that scary?
Yes. Yes. A little bit.
Good. If your goal doesn't make you have a little diarrhea, it's not a good goal. It really should. You should make your butt squeak just a little bit. Just like, ooh, geez, that's $5,000. I remember, it'd be a year ago, I was telling Carlita Totes that she was going to start making $10,000 in a week. And she told me in the moment, that's just crazy, PK. That's just not going to happen. Like, I don't know why you're even talking to me that way. You're getting my hopes up. And in the last 90 days, she's had a $33,000 a week.
Oh my gosh.
And she's going Isagenix Millionaire in October.
Wow.
It really matters to keep pushing this. Kendra, what's your best week?
It's a couple weeks ago.
Oh, so that's close enough. So your new one is 1KW too. Good. We round up to the 1,000, you notice. We don't do little dinky numbers.
Oh, see, I wrote 900 a week.
Oh, no. 1KW. No. 1KW.
My
Megan,
best
how about
week
you?
was also this past week. It was like 590.
Okay, we're going to round down to 1KW. Okay, so you're going to make up for Kendra's rounding up, and yours is still going to be 1KW, okay? So it balances out. Okay? Now, this next step is going to sound strange. Please do it, okay? Write whatever your KW is, 511, okay? Write it down in 4 places in your house on a little Post-it note. I'm going to be very misogynistic here and say, put it where you do the dishes. If you don't do the dishes and your husband does, don't punch me in the face, okay? Put it on your fridge. Put it where you store your Isagenix products. Put it on your bathroom mirror, right? One last place you want to do it on a little sticky note. Put it over a gauge in your gauge cluster in your car that you never look at. So let's be honest. Yeah. I never look at whether my battery is charging or not. Because I don't think that actually works because it never moves. So I just put it there. Okay. Now, who just did this? Cindy Quigley was at our training, our live training in Sugar Creek. I got her to put up her next best week. And that next week she went 2-star. And she hadn't got to 2-star in her business yet. Changing how your mind is thinking about your business changes what you're noticing and what action you're taking in your business. Now, there are people who are skeptical about this, but I've proven them wrong. I was on a training call like this, and a woman had just had a $2,000 week. And I said, do you want to play the game? She said, what game? Well, I'd like you to write down 4 KW, 4 places in your house and your car. And she didn't miss a beat. She said, well, I want to be honest with you, PK. I think you're a jackass. I said, really? She says, yeah, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I said, excellent. I got an emotional response. That's way better than no response. So your job is every time you see 4 KW during the day is to out loud say, PK is a jackass. I said, would you do that for me? She's like, I'll gladly call you a jackass all day because this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And notice, we're not on a private call. She's saying this in front of 4 other people, which I'm loving because I know it's going to work. So I'm going to win with an audience. Let's face it, I'm a man. So, you know, right? So, and I'm not making this up. 6 weeks later, she sent me the screen grab of the text from Isagenix. Congratulations on your $4,211 week. And all I texted back was, well, ? And she texted back, oh, I've already got 8 KW up, and you're still a jackass because that works. Now, I own jackasses. I own 5 jackasses. They're really cute. We love our jackasses. We really do. I love our jackasses more than I love our horses. They're really cute. So I don't mind being called a jackass. That just means you think I'm cute. That's fine. And when you're a 53-year-old guy with a long goatee, people don't call you cute that often. This doesn't happen. So that's your first step, is to start impacting your brain as to what you're expecting your business to do. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Honestly, it's the #1 thing that's going to impact your revenue is changing your sense of expectation of what it's supposed to do. People who treat this like a hobby get paid like a hobby. People who treat this like this is a little bit of side money, they make a little bit of side money. people who treat this like a legacy revenue create a legacy revenue. Do you guys understand how Isagenix is a legacy company? Why would I call Isagenix a legacy company?
Because whatever I make, and if something happens to me, then it will go to my children.
Your Isagenix position is a thing. It's not a job.
Right.
So that thing belongs to whoever inherits that thing. Most people don't gather that. They think they work for Isagenix. They think it's a job. They'll even have on their profile on Facebook, worked at Isagenix. No. Nobody on this call works at Isagenix. You don't. You all own a business, and you partner with Isagenix, but no one here is an employee. Now, some of you may think I'm splitting hairs. I'm not splitting hairs. It's really important for you to all realize you own a business, and it's your family's business. And your family partners with a great superfood company. For instance, in Carlita's case, her husband flew Eric Tilley from Georgia because he's a helicopter pilot in Maui. And Eric says to Tim Perry, "Hey, Tim, you look great. How old are you?" He says, "Oh, I'm 53. "How do you look like that when you're 53? And Tim just says, "Oh, my wife and I own a superfood company." That's it. That's all he said. "My wife and I own a superfood company." Eric just went 5-star last month. In 2.5 years, he went from 0 to 5-star. He just sold his company to do Isagenix as the only company he owns. From one statement, "My wife and I own a superfood company." Now, what scares you about telling someone you own a superfood company?
So they're going to come back and say, "No, you don't. You work for so-and-so," and then it's just going to be, I guess it would break their trust because of their perspective on it. Even though I understand where you're coming from, that it would cause them to not trust me because it's going to, in their mind, it's going to seem like I'm falsifying what I do because people are so distrustful of network marketing in general.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like, calling network marketing a career because, well, in most cases, unless it's a really bad network marketing company, and let's face it, those do exist, all network marketers are business owners. They just are afraid to use the term. But if you're big in network marketing, you don't work for that other company. Now, there are really bad network marketing companies we actually do. I don't know if you knew this, but who's the one that does makeup?
Unique.
The old one.
Mary Kay.
Avon.
Mary Kay. Mary Kay's written agreement with their people, you don't own a company. Because they have a non-compete clause that is one of the harshest ones in the world. And that non-compete clause, you don't own a company. You work for Mary Kay. Because they can sue you if you work at Walmart. Because it actually says you will sell nothing else. Like you will do no other sales of any kind. So there are some dinosaur ones and some rip-off ones where you're an employee. But everyone else, you own a business. I'd like you to start embracing the idea of partnership and business owning. Because I want you to make more money with Isagenix than you can make as an employee.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at we got 29 people who are making $1 million a year. It's really hard to find a job that pays $1 million a year. It's hard. There's not many of them, including the President of the United States doesn't make $1 million a year. Right? So this isn't employee kind of money. This is business owning kind of money. You want to shift how you're thinking about yourself And you may be educating some of your friends and family, but let them go through the education process. Let them understand, yeah, this isn't a job because my kids can inherit it, and your kids can't inherit a job. The other thing about legacy company, when you're looking to find people that you're going to partner with, realize that your kids are going to be partners with that person. So gather people around you that you're okay with your kids being in business with. If you wouldn't have them over for dinner, you probably don't want them as a business partner. Right? We're always looking for people who share our vision, our values, and our habits. Why? Homogeneous groups co-create faster because they're not arguing over values. Let's expose that a little bit. There's a whole team of you on here. What are some values that you guys know you all share?
We all like helping other people.
There's an act of service and helping others. That is a value, absolutely.
Right. Great health.
Really into great health. Like we enjoy the product and what the product does for us. Absolutely.
True belief in the products and the company.
Yeah, so we're not in this skeptical relationship with our business partner. You know, I just had someone ask me, who's been in Isagenix for years, but hasn't touched it in 4 years. Hasn't enrolled anybody in 4 years, but makes $20,000 a year, just passively. He said, Isagenix is what, 17 years old. Is it too late to actually build it to a high level? Has it kind of missed its point? And he knew I wouldn't lie to him. I said, no, it's actually easier now to make millions of dollars than it was back when you built. He said, really? He says, oh yeah, it's way easier. It's more streamlined to make money now than ever before. Oh, okay. Because he was actually kind of deciding whether he'd jump back in and build it up to 6 figures or not. But that's true. Isagenix is at a better place now than when I joined a decade ago for you to make a lot of money. Way better place. What's another value that we share?
Open-minded enough to develop a business that's out of the norm.
Yeah, you have to kind of be out there because you're building your business from a truck. Right?
Yes. An F-250, not an F-150, PK.
Ooh, look at you. Truck envy. Lindsay, did you see that? She just rubbed my nose on the 250 part of it.
Huh? Key on the ring for my older F-350.
Now let's remember, it's the 150 that the millionaires drive, but that's okay.
But I heard you're getting what, a 450 or a 550 next?
No, well, my brother-in-law has a brand new 450 on order. He's taking possession of next week, but I'll wait till he's driven it for 5 years, then buy it off him because I let other people take depreciation.
Me too.
What about vision? What's a similar vision we all have?
Freedom, time freedom, financial freedom.
Absolutely. Freedom. That's a big deal. Freedom. You're going to run into people who think if this isn't hard, it isn't something that they deserve to do. But that sounds ridiculous, but there's a bunch of people you know who are addicted to difficult. And when you show them an easier way, they reject it because they don't deserve freedom.
Right.
Like if they're not in the grind, something's wrong. And they'll actually make this more difficult so that it matches their expectation. You can't fix that. Don't try and fix that. That's someone who was, as a baby elephant, tied to a little tent peg, and now they're a grown elephant, they still don't think they can pull out the tent peg. Don't try and fix that. That's a mindset. Okay, so the first thing we've got is our how many thousand per week. The second thing we want to do this week, if you don't already have a list of 100, that's a 1 with 2 zeros, a list of 100 people you're going to aim to enroll, I want you to make your list this week. Now, this isn't in your head. It's written down on a piece of paper, 100 people you want to enroll. Now, This isn't 100 people that you know are going to say yes. This is 100 people that you're willing to contact about your product and your opportunity, or your product or your opportunity. Why do you think I want such a long list on our first week?
Because it's a numbers game. Because it's like a 10%. You know, if you talk to 100, then you'll probably actually get 10% to enroll. So.
Yeah. People want to believe that they're special and the numbers don't affect them. Nobody's special. Okay? Nobody's special. You got to talk to more people than you think, and you got to talk to them more times than you think. This is a real number, folks. It takes 4 to 6 connections over 4 to 8 months to enroll somebody. That's normal. Now, some of you are thinking, hey, I just talked to some people once and they enrolled. You're related to that person. Or you're sleeping with that person. You shouldn't be related to and sleeping with them. Right? You have this time when you first enroll, when you're enrolling people, I call them heartstring enrollments. You're enrolling them on your heartstrings. You have a familial connection, you have a friendship connection, you enroll them. Eventually you run out of those people. And now you're enrolling people that you have to actually enroll them without any heartstrings. Those people are going to require 4 to 6 connections over 4 to 8 months to enroll them. Now here's the problem. Some people don't believe that number. They're wrong. Anyone who tells you if they don't enroll the first time you talk to them, they're never going to enroll is high. They don't know what they're talking about. This is a normal enrollment. Now, if you don't have a system so that you know you're going to talk to that person every 6 weeks until they enroll, you're never going to talk to them 4 to 6 times over 4 to 8 months. You're not going to remember it. Why? Because I just increased the pool number when I asked you to get a list of 100. You can't keep that in your head. Remember, if you've had more than one child, your brain is smaller because you keep giving part of your brain cells to your children when they're born.
That's what my husband says.
I say that, but never to my wife because she'll hit me. So you have to have a system. My preferred system is a stupid simple system. And that's simply get a big ring binder and give every person their own page in that binder. So let's say I'm trying to enroll Lindsay, and I've met Lindsay. Let's imagine that I ever went to a gym, and I met Lindsay there. Wow, this is a real fantasy. So I met Lindsay, and I saw she was working out, and she was drinking some Gatorade afterwards, and I talked to her about some real great superfood solutions, and also how I might have a secret for recovery after her workout. I would go home, write Lindsay's name, and where I met her, and what I shared with her, and how far the conversation went. And then I would write down the date that I would say I got a no because I didn't get a yes. And then I'd give Lindsay her own sheet in my binder. My job is to make sure every 6 weeks I reconnect with Lindsay. Now, people who've never enrolled beyond their heartstrings are uncomfortable the first few times they do follow-up calls, and then they find out they're not weird, and they just find out this is the business. Doing follow-up calls is the business. Who's the best at this? Jay Bennett. Jay Bennett from California is the best at follow-up that I know in all of Isogenics. All Jay has ever done is network marketing, so he's got a great big thick binder. He knows 2 to 3 hours a week of calling his not nows back. Is 12 enrollments a month, 3 consultants every month. Jay makes $1 million a year in Isogenics plus. And what he does isn't sexy. He's never going to say on stage, And now let me show you the sexiest thing I do. I open this old binder and I call people back.
Yes.
But that's how he enrolls
Hey,
people.
guys.
He calls people back. Let's take a little poll here of you 5 ladies. How many of you are already got this down that you know you call people back every 6 weeks until they enroll? Anybody?
I don't do every 6 weeks. I never knew like a good time frame, so this is excellent because I would be like, what's a good medium between being super annoying and being super like, hey, this is something you're really missing out on. You know what I mean?
Yep. Anything can happen a month and a half. Like they've got a bad doctor's report. They've got a family member who got sick. They found a new gray hair. I found one right here today. Anything can happen, right? Anyone already doing this, or is this going to be a new habit for all of you?
New habit.
New habit?
With consistency.
With consistency. Megan, will this be a new habit for you?
Actually calling instead of texting, yes.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up, Megan. Calling instead of texting. If you're going to do this professionally, you have to act like a professional. I guarantee you the top salespeople in the world don't count a sales call as, hey, bud, you up? That's not a sales call, okay? Fall out of love with that, okay? Fall out of love with that. I can stay impersonal and this still works. No, you can't. No, you can't. You have to learn to actually talk to people. You will know you're having a conversation because your lips are moving. Okay? So is this going to be a new discipline for everybody, this every 6 week thing?
That'll be less frequent
Oh, okay.
than I do right now, which is good. I'm annoying.
Well, God bless you for being annoying.
And that's come back to bite me in the butt a few times.
So
unfortunately.
But do you have a system that you know how many times you've talked to every individual person?
I do. I have a spreadsheet that I made, so I can track when I've followed up with them, if I've sent them videos, if they've been put on the team page, stuff like that.
Wow, excellent. An organized person in Isogenics. This is a very
organized to a fault.
Sorry, I can't do any calls. I got to work on my spreadsheet.
Pretty much. Label maker, love it. So.
Oh, nice. You're one of those. Oh, God bless you. We have nothing in common. Congratulations. This week, I want you to have your list of 100 and your system for putting people in the binder so you know you're going to talk to people every 6 weeks. Now, this is going to feel like we're not doing a lot of fun stuff the first week. If you don't have a list and you don't have a system, it's a waste of time talking to new people. Why? It takes 4 to 6 connections over 4 to 8 months. If you talk to people and then never contact them back, you're really just giving them kind of an anti-Isogenics vaccine. They never join. You've just given them enough that they've built up antibodies. You got to be willing to come back. For instance, and this is a scary story, it's completely true. Her name is Mindy Shinner from California. She drove an hour to someone's house, did a full presentation on Isogenics, and the woman said no. Mindy believed her. She didn't go, no means not now, I'll contact her in 6 weeks. She believed the no. The next time she saw this woman was at an Isogenics University in Phoenix. Someone else had enrolled her. She wasn't a product user. She was an authentic business builder.
Ugh.
Oh, yes, that's the official response. Little Jewish response there. Oh, yeah, not cool. Okay? If you're going to bother to make a presentation to someone, bother to call them back. That make sense?
So what do you do when you have the 14? I have 14 under me right now. And I've reached out to them like, hey, I've introduced the idea of earning free food. And they're like, not interested. Just don't even want to hear about it. Like, and they're all like my heartstring friends that are under me right now. So I don't want to be that.
So
don't wanna
these
drive
people have
away
already
from
joined
it either.
Isogenics. They just haven't become consultants.
They haven't become anything. They're just
Okay.
My
We're actually going to address
customers.
next week a step to turn them into associate
Okay.
Viv enroll.
Okay.
One, I know this sounds really cold. Don't make your business plan that your family's going to do this with you,
Hmm.
because they're not going to.
Right.
For instance, Jimmy Smith, who for years was our #1 income earner in Isogenics, 2 of his 6 kids ever did the business. 2. Well, those 3 families have made millions and millions of dollars. What's wrong with the other 4 idiots?
Right.
If millions and millions of dollars can't convince family members to build, how about we let that go?
Right.
Okay. I had someone who told me her business plan, and I'm not making this up. It's crazy, but this was her words. So I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year, and I'm going to cleanse while they're eating turkey dinner and enroll them all. Really?
Good luck.
Okay. 1, stop doing crazy things like that, because that makes us look really crazy. And 2, stop doing crazy things like that, because that makes us all look crazy. Her business plan was, all of my business builders are going to be related to me. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not going to be. Why? It's just how it is.
Right.
Let it go, right? Next week, we'll actually talk about converting people to associate immediately and follow-up steps. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Don't worry or beat yourself up over anything you've already done. You've
Okay.
made no mistakes, okay? You've made no mistakes. There's just a skill or a technique you haven't developed yet. No big deal. So no self-flagellation over anything you've done. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because the self-flagellation takes you out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of ladies that I mentor weekly, and every week I have to tell them to stop beating themselves up. Their internal dialogue is, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck. And they can't figure out why no one wants to join them. Why? Other people can hear that in their head bouncing around. I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck. You don't. You're doing great. You got to get some positive self-talk going on there. So no beating yourself up or any mistakes you've made before. Doesn't matter. This is a skill set business. You're going to learn another skill and make more money. Doesn't matter. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Let's do a little confession here. Raise your hand if you might be a perfectionist. Look how quickly Kendra said, oh, me, mine's higher. Mine's higher. Lindsay slowly put hers up.
In some areas.
In some areas?
In some areas.
Kendra's a perfectionist in all areas, and she's a more perfect perfectionist than you. If she didn't do this, Lindsay very good. Maybe me. Kendra's like, me, I am. See, my hands are over the whole screen.
Trust
See, I've
me,
covered
I
the
take
whole
no
screen.
pride in being a perfectionist.
As a business owner, it doesn't work. As a business owner, you got to be willing to try things when they're half-baked, because you'll perfect it while you're making some money at it. Being too perfectionistic will take you out of the game.
That's true, because I'm like an all or nothing. If it's not perfect, it's not right. I quit.
And what you have to realize is this is a business where we're selling the sunroof. We're not selling the horsepower. So who cares if you know how many horsepower it has? It doesn't matter,
Right.
right? I know that Megan's truck is more powerful than my truck because it's a 250, not a 150, and I don't hate her over that. Doesn't bother me at all, because Lindsay and I drive 150s, and we know the millionaires drive the 150s, not the 250s.
I need to go get me a
See?
150.
You're catching on. All the perfectionistic stuff, though, stops you from pulling the trigger until it's too late. I think John Maxwell came up with this term. I've been quoting him for 30 years on it. His statement is on taking action that it should be ready, shoot, aim.
Mm.
Because most of us go ready, aim, 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 aim,
Uh-oh.
and we die at the target range because it wasn't a perfect shot, so we wouldn't take it.
Right.
Pull the trigger on imperfection. Don't care. Now, one last thing you have to do this week. Many of you have neutered your Facebook feed.
Yeah.
The only people who are seeing your Facebook feed are other Isogenics people. I muted before I coughed. Good job. This week, I want you to pick 10 off that 200. And today, like and comment once on 10 people's Facebook posts. Tomorrow, like and comment once on the same 10 people's posts. For the next 7 days, we're going to do that. The next week, we're going to pick a new 10. Now, there's a little quiz. The number I said was 10, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say do all 100, did I?
No.
The number was 10, right? And it's the same 10 every day for 7 days, right? So next week when someone says, I did 50 once, did that work? No. 10, same 10 every day for 7 days. What we're going to do is we're going to change the algorithm of your news feed. Most of you have made your social media completely ineffective because you comment on other Isogenics people's posts so often, non-Isogenics people don't get your news. Does that make sense what I just said?
Yes.
I call this the social media boomerang. You're deciding who's going to see your posts.
10 people.
10 people every day for 7 days. Now, let me answer some questions that I get the second week. All 10 of my people weren't on social media. Okay, then you picked the wrong 10. Oh, okay. My 10 people don't have electricity. Then you picked the wrong 10. Okay? Now, you'd think I'm joking. I'm not joking because I've got that response the second week.
Okay.
How could that possibly be the response? You had to like and comment on their posts, and you pick someone who doesn't have any social media. Is that a problem? Yes, that's a problem. So, just so none of you are embarrassed by asking that question next week, I thought I would answer it this week.
Thank you.
So, what we're going to do over the next 5 weeks is create this ramping up of more appointments and more conversations because you're more deliberate in a couple of things. Who sees what I post, what I say when I do post, how I speak to them when we actually talk, and how consistently I follow up. But we've got to start down here, where we are this week. Change our mindset about how much we make. You know what's really fun? Some of you are going to hit your $1,000 week in the next 5 weeks.
I hope.
Danny, you could hit your $5,000 week in the next 5 weeks.
Okay. Good.
You can. How is it possible to make $5,000 in a week?
Enroll, enroll, enroll.
Enroll is one way. Yes, yes.
I'm tired.
What's the largest way to get a lot of money from Jim Cooper? The bonus pools.
Right, right. Being paid as executive.
Being paid as executive is the #1 way to make thousands of dollars in a week. Okay? It's why, as a 1-star executive, just a 1-star, you can make $8,000 to $10,000 a month. You can earn 6-figure money as a 1-star. This is not a theory. I've proven it. I said it on a call like this, and the call got really quiet, and Christy Shaver said, "Yeah, I thought he was full of crap when he said it to me too, but then I had a $10,000 a month." He's not joking. You can make $10,000 a month as a 1-star. Who knew? Didn't know. The key is being paid as executive, but it can do. So everyone on this call can reach their goal over the next 5 weeks. Completely doable. Okay. So just to retract what we're doing, we're putting down our best week, 4 places in our house, and over some gauge in our car we don't need, not the speedometer. We're going to pick 100 people that we're going to enroll. This is our list of people we're going to contact. We're going to pick 10, and starting today, like and comment on a post every day for 7 days. And one last one, we're all going to have a system ready to go, so people we contact, we know how to follow up every 6 weeks. I know that's a lot of homework your first week, but are we okay with that?
Yes.
Lindsay, do you have a question? I know you're pressing a button.
Oh, I don't know if I pushed the button, but does your 3-ring binder, like for your prospects, also like have a calendar in it? Like, so then once you talk to them, they say no, then you put them back in like next month, or?
I didn't say something. You're right. I missed something. Once you've talked to someone, you take them out of the binder and you put them at the bottom of the stack in the binder. That's why we use binders. So your job is just to open the binder, because whoever's at the top, that's the person that's been the longest since you spoke to them.
Okay.
That's why we use the binder, because it's stupid simple. I have to do things that are stupid simple or I can't do them. So that's why we use the binder. Haul them out, put them at the bottom. So you know you're doing your job when the person at the top, oh, look, it's only been 4 weeks since I spoke to them. I'm doing my follow-up right. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
I forgot to say that part.
Question.
That's a really good question, Lindsay. That's why we use the binder. Okay. So everybody good on your homework this week?
Yes.
You all did amazing jobs. Some of you are juggling child vomit and things like that. I mean, you're just really, really amazing. Great job. I look forward to talking to you next Monday. No, not next Tuesday. Next week, the same day as today, next week. See you then, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.